61%, and Kathryn at 67%. There's 21% in, but we've seen the way these things go, and we've done our own polling, and I feel very comfortable congratulating my sister. Are you going to put your shoes on? Okay.
Barger! 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 Barger!
So this is really a historic night because for the first time we are going to have a board of supervisors that has at least 3 women in the majority. I've never seen that before. I also just want to say that this is, for me, as her brother, this is really a wonderful evening because I remember 36 years ago when I worked on the campaign for the current supervisor, Antonovich. It was the first time that he had run for this office and he won. And he ran a very, very good campaign. I think Kathryn is going to be a very, very worthy replacement. This is going to be a historic night for this country, and it's going to be a time when we need to have great, bipartisan, gracious leadership. And I give you Kathryn Barger, our next supervisor.
Thank you, John. I really, I'm overwhelmed, so I'm going to read only because when I don't, I go off topic and I end up just talking to each person in the room one-on-one, and so it's just going to be easier because I don't want to forget thanking anybody who's been important, so it's better for me to read. It's been a long road to this point, and I am grateful for the opportunity, and quite frankly, I'm grateful for not only the opportunity that you all have provided me with Mike Antonovich. 28 years ago, he hired me to be his health and welfare deputy, and there was no question. He took a risk on me. When I was 10, I ran for this office as someone who has lived here practically my entire life, and someone who understands and appreciates the concerns of my friends, many of which have stood by me for the last 2 years and not seen a lot of me: Ileana, Kathy, Lisa, Annette. I mean, I've been AWOL, so thank you for standing by me. Our district is vast in size and diversity, and it's been a privilege for me for the last 2 years to drive around all the way from the Antelope Valley, Santa Clarita, San Fernando Valley, East San Gabriel Valley, getting to know the people, and I can tell you that everything we're hearing around this country about division in our county, there is no question that we live in an amazing county, but in a great district, the 5th district I would say is arguably the best, and I know I'm biased, but I think I'm right. I'd like to say some thank you. This is where I'm going to really stick to script because I don't want to forget anybody, but the one thing I want to say is, before I start, is that there are people in this room, Walt Allen, Covina City Council member, who I've never run for political office. You endorsed me right out of the chute, and you endorsed me, no questions asked. You stood by me, you stood tall. It means the world to me. So I just want to, call you out because as an elected official, that took a lot of nerve. Back in.
You're qualified.
Well, thank you. This campaign is no exception to that rule. There are literally thousands of people who've supported me over the last 2 years of this campaign, and to thank each and every one of you by name would take hours, but I will, throughout the course of time, make sure that I touch each one of you and thank you personally. I want to thank these individuals from the bottom of my heart. First of all, my husband Eric, who and my family. For those of you who know the Bargers, I can call John a pain in the neck if anyone else does, it's fighting words. But John especially has been unbelievable. And Sean, I want to thank you for being so patient. Sean is married to John, so I want to thank you for marrying John. But I also want to thank you for, John, for being incredible. I could not have done this without you. There's no question that your dedication from day one has shown, and so I just want to thank you.
You were the most qualified.
My other brothers in the room, Rich, where are you, Rich? Rich, Okie, where are you? Guam's? Okie's back over there. And Jimmy.
Jimmy, where are you? Jim.
Jimmy.
Get back here.
I want to thank you all because this year we lost my dad in January. And so as a family, we really did come together, and I just want to thank you all for being so supportive toward this endeavor. I also want to thank my campaign staff, Bill Carrick, who's not here, but Bill Carrick, again, is someone who took a chance on me. Having never run for office, Bill Carrick is someone who's been around and has represented a lot of seasoned politicians, and he saw in me someone who could win, and I just want to thank Bill Carrick, Matt Judith, and Trey, and Matt Judith and Trey. Trey, where are you?
Right here.
He's at the bar.
That's right.
So these are the people that when you see their number come up, you don't want to answer. Those are my fundraisers, and I want to thank them. Thank you, Trey, for spending so much time with me and making me make phone calls, and it was him making me do it, you guys, so please take my calls. I'm not going to be asking for money. Walt Mix, my finance chair. Anders Corey, Kristen Root, Nathaniel Side, and Sheila McNichols, who are my day-to-day campaign staff, and thank you all very, very much. Where's Anders?
Anders.
So this is our next generation, and the one commitment I've made is to lead by example. And my goal is to nurture our next generation so that when they run for office, we don't have the petty politics that's taking place, that we actually have qualified and quality candidates that really do want to make a difference. So right there is our future, right there. Who put together Zancon, who put together all of our newsletters and got them out on the internet, which I always thought I knew how to work social media, but I have no clue. Scott Street, who's not here, but he was also part of our campaign strategist. And then the countless volunteers. There were a lot of people that came in and made phone calls and walked precincts. And while this is a hard district to do grassroots, I think we did a darn good job. And again, thank you to Anders, Kristen, Nathaniel. You all did an incredible job. Huh?
Whole thing.
I know, and making phone calls. Did I say phone calls? Or did I just say walking? Okay, phone banks. Got it. Okay, and then I want to thank, and this one is from the heart, Mike Antonovich, who's been my mentor. I would not be here today, and that was meant not only because of term limits, but also because, again, he took a chance on me 28 years ago and allowed me to handle health and welfare and be a policy deputy that learned so much about the county, and if not for Mike, I wouldn't be standing here right now. I'd also like to thank Sheila Kuehl, who endorsed me from the very beginning. What you all will learn as we move forward is that the board can agree to disagree, but we can put aside partisan politics and we work together. And what you saw with Sheila endorsing me was a direct correlation with the relationship she had with our office and with Mike. So I want to thank Sheila, who, without question, said, I don't care who else gets in the race, which meant either party, She said, I'm going to stick with you. You are going to be my candidate, and I'm going to see this through. So I just want to personally thank Sheila Kill for that as well. Supervisor Mark Ridley Thomas, who's really been instrumental and has helped me as well. And then Governor Pete Wilson, Congressman David Dreyer, and Christopher Cox, who again early on stood up and supported me. DA Gil Garcetti, Steve Cooley, and Bob Filibosian, and you know, given the challenges we have facing us with public safety, there's no question that it's important that those endorsements meant a lot to me because they knew that my commitment to public safety is going to run deep. I also want to thank Grace Napolitano, who also didn't care about party politics and supported me early on, knowing that it was becoming a Republican versus Democrat. She never believed it. She knew that I can work across the aisle, and she endorsed me early on. I want to thank the first responders and my dear friends in the labor community. Over David Green, who's like a family member right here. He's in my commercial.
SAG card, by the way.
Yeah, and Pam Green, and Pam Barris here. Yeah. Rusty Hicks, A-Lads, right over there. Sheriff's deputies. I wear my pen everywhere, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud to say that I was endorsed by the Sheriff's deputies, so thank you very, very much. LA County Fire, is Dave Gelati here? Okay. Dave Gelati, LA County Fire, who also came in early and endorsed me, and it meant a lot. POPA, the Professional Peace Officers Association, who's gone through a lot. I mean, Sheriff's Department has in general, but POPA has lost 2 sergeants in the last, what, 2 months? 3 months? So I really appreciate their support of me. The Teamsters, Ed Rendon, and AFSCME, LaFonda Butler. I think it's important because it's important to work across the with all labor, and we can agree to disagree, but they always know that they will have a place in our office. So I'll listen, and that's why I got their endorsement. Is because I've worked with many of these people when I was handling health and welfare, and you develop relationships. It's not all about salaries; it's about working conditions, it's about making the county better, and that is my commitment. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to thank our LA Area Chamber of Commerce and BizFed. And I also want to thank, is Ara here still? I want to thank Ara Nazarian. I know Bob Huff was here earlier, Mitch Handlinder, Altoona Councilmember Billy Malone, and DA Elon Carr. Quality candidates that I ran with, and the best part about this is we developed a friendship. Ara's on MTA, Metropolitan Transit Authority, and there's no question we're going to be working together moving forward, and I'm really honored not only to have you as a friend, but also when you endorsed me, Ara, it meant a lot, so thank you very much. The Barths, the Havners, the Haralamboses, the Hagas, the Silks, the Alfieris, the Oakhams, the Henrys, the Sons, the Schneiders, the Biondis, Fred and Carla Sands, Larry Rasmussen and Peggy, Sandy Bladlow, the Backleys, the Renwicks, the Haas, the Biscos, the Harris, the Griffiths, the Reeds, the Neenans, the Senefs, and Ambassador Frank Baxter. I know we're still waiting for the numbers to come in. I'm confident that the lead is comfortable, but you know, given the way politics is nowadays, you never know, but I'm pretty sure I feel safe to say that we're in good shape. So I want to thank, last but not least, the staff who have allowed me to be able to run for this office, because I still have a day job and I take my job seriously. And going between campaigning and being chief of staff was a challenge. And I want to thank Anna and Rodian. Where are you, Anna? Sandra Cruz, who actually keeps me on time. Sandra's my assistant, and I would be lost without her. And I also want to thank the entire staff. I know Tony Bell's here. Where? Michelle, Adele, David Perry, and Rosalind was here. Susie Niemer. Susie Osuna. I don't want to forget anything. Just raise your hands, guys. Okay. Ryan said, I would thank you, Sam. But I just have to say that this is a team. And I'm just looking forward to representing the 5th District. I cannot thank you enough for everything you've done, the support you've shown. And you can take off your shoes like I did. It feels really good. But anyway, I want to thank you for being here tonight. What?
Flora.
Where's Flora?
Flora's right here.
Okay.
Treasurer.
Flora's our treasurer. Thank you, Flora, because you know the great thing about running for office is that we can take really small, in comparison to other offices, donations, and when they add up, you get a filing like this, and Flora had to go through each and every one and type them out. So I want to thank Flora for putting that together. And keeping me out of jail. Joe comes in there, I want to thank, this is who I walk with, and I'm going to start walking on Monday morning, 5:30, your house. There you go. Anyway, with that, I'd like to thank you all very, very much for being here, for supporting me, for believing in me. And mark your calendars, December 5th. It's going to be at 3 or 3:30. And we will be downtown, and we will be doing the swearing in. So please mark your calendars, because each and every one of you is invited.